Hey everyone, so today's video I'm going to be talking about some recent Game Boy Advance ROM hacks. In my prior videos I've talked about Game Boy and Game Boy Color ROM hacks. Now I'm going to move over to the Game Boy Advance. Now there are a lot of ROM hacks, so please just bear with me. I'm going to go over just about 5 of them, and that's barely the tip of the iceberg when it comes to Game Boy Advance ROM hacks. And I'm just not even talking about Pokemon. This is not going to be one on Pokemon. And that by itself, you're looking at over 50 plus different ROM hacks. So this one will specifically be recent ROM hacks. That's within the last like 2 months in 2022. So without further ado, please leave a like and subscribe to the channel. Thank you guys. You guys are awesome. Thank you everyone for subscribing, and let's get into it. All right, so first up, what we're going to do is we're going to go alphabetical. So the first Game Boy Advance ROM hack is going to be Advance War Stories. Now, like I've already mentioned, we're going to try and look for something more recent. So this one came out January 17th. This is very recent. This is about a month old. And so a little bit of the background. You have the Advance Stories is an Advance War 2 hack by Platinum Sync. It features a custom campaign that tells a story that serves as a sequel to the story of Advance Wars 2 Black Hole Rising. So that's kind of cool. This is going to be a sequel to Black Hole Rising, which I did enjoy when I was younger. Now, let's see. It features CO and unit rebalancing, about 34 custom campaign maps. That's pretty cool. And an original story. Versus maps and war rooms are untouched. So hard mode is not featured. But it's still pretty cool that they added more stories. Now, so I've already mentioned the main contributor. We also have Tranquil and I guess Genesis are the original hackers for this. So, all right. So now what we're going to do is just going to go over to the Pocket and see how it looks there. All right. So let's check out the first one. Now the first one is going to be Advance War Stories, followed by Castlevania, and that one was separated into 2, and then Final Fantasy, Fire Emblem, and then Spyro Advance. So let's get into Advance Wars. Let's check it out. Let's see. Okay, so it starts out the same, as you can tell. It is a ROM hack of Advance Wars 2. See if anything has changed. Yeah, look, this part's changed. Huh. Okay, so they still do the storyline. Oh, good, at least you can skip it. Let's see what we have. Oh, there we go. Okay, so this does look a little different. Oh, I don't remember this part in the beginning. Let's see. This is a training. So the fighting is going to be similar. If you've played Advance Wars, this is all going to be very familiar with you guys. I personally like Advance Wars. I've played it ever since I borrowed it from my friend a long time ago. And let me say, I've finished this game thoroughly back in the day. So I am a big strategy fan. So it's cool. I do like it. I'd recommend it for any Advance Wars fans out there. Obviously, this is going to get a lot more in depth. This is just a quick 1, 2, 3, kind of overview of the game. Just that way you guys can see what's going on. Cool. All right, everyone. So please, I hope you'd enjoy Advance Wars, and let's move on. All right, next up we're gonna have a Castlevania Area of Sorrow. So now this one is a recolorization of the original game, and a little bit of the description you'll have. This is a basic hack. It aims to overhaul the visuals of the game. Hopefully makes it more enjoyable for a fresh playthrough. So let's see what we have. All the game's background, animation, characters, enemies have been recolored. So that's kind of cool. So it'll hopefully, if you're playing this on something like a Funny Play IPS screen or an analog pocket, it's something that's going to pop. And that's kind of cool. It's kind of cool to see them do these type of things because it does make it feel fresh. Let's see. It says a symphony of colors, brand new recoloring by JonataGuitar that is inspired by the colors of the popular Symphony of Night. Quick note. These patches are meant to recolor the palette only. However, the use of two patches were tested very briefly with the alter patch for AOS. So it looks like some of the other patches might work. I guess there are other ROM hacks for this game, and it looks like this will work with that. Now, just to keep it simple, I'm going to just apply it on the base game. I'll be applying it on an actual patch. And it looks like this was released February 2nd, so time of recording looks like about 8 days ago this was released. So that's pretty cool. This is a very recent hack. And all right, so let's just transition over to the Pocket. That way I can show you all how it looks there. All right, so next we're going to check out the Castlevania one. Now this one adds a little bit of a color palette changes, and there's two different versions of this. So what I do want to do is, let me just pull that one up, and I'm going to bring it alongside the original one on my Boxy Pixel Game Boy Advance. So let's just bring that up. So let's see how it looks. Let's go to, okay. Okay, so let's see. Let's see if there's any immediate difference. So this is the first one. Now, let's just see. All right. So right away, it's kind of hard to tell, to be honest. But you can tell by the sun around, it is a little different. It keeps changing on me. Okay, so no, that might just be when it changes already. So let's just go on to the game. Let's see. No, there is a difference. This is a little bit more dimmer. Okay. Okay, just do a bunch of A's just to go quickly. Let's see. See how it looks here. Let's see, I'm still waiting to see if there's any major changes. I can't skip over this part. Alright, I'm not seeing anything crazy. Let's see, it's better won't let me skip. Just because I want to see if anything shows up that's majorly different. Well, at least the first version. Here we go, looks like we're catching up. Okay, difficult playing both of these at the same time. All right, now we're equal. Okay, okay. Now it looks very, very similar, to be honest. Could just be the analog pocket that might be giving me the issues, but I honestly just think it looks very similar, or maybe I didn't apply the patch correctly, which is a possibility. But I've applied the other ones just fine. Okay. It's not the easiest thing to tell. And all the talking doesn't help either. But you know what? If I don't see any major difference, I'm just going to move on to the next one. Not to kill too much time on this same one. Okay, so let's see. Here we are. We're finally moving now. It's hard to tell. Let me get closer. I guess it looks a little bit more, I see it's hard to tell between the analog pocket or it's a box. It's a funny play screen. Looks like there's more detail on the hack. The colors are a little bit better, as you can tell. The bricks are more defined. So I guess there is a little bit of a difference. Now what I want to do is let's move on to the next one. There's two versions, so whenever you go and download the patches, they're going to give you two different versions of it. So let's go into the next one. This one is going to be, because they try and copy the sympathy of the colors. So let's see. Let's see if this one is a more noticeable change. Looks very similar. Now this one is definitely, looks like it's more noticeable. You can just tell here on the bottom the colors. That's green. Yeah, this one is definitely much more noticeable, and I'm kind of liking it. Background is definitely more detailed. It's not as, I guess, washed out as the original. So yeah, I would definitely say this is a pretty good one. So the second one, the Sympathy of Colors, that one looks like, definitely shows more. So if I can go a little faster through this. Let's see if we can go anywhere else too. There's a lot of talking. All right, here we go. Okay. Yes, all right. Yeah, it definitely looks like there's more color. See if I can go on to the next one here too. Yeah, it's definitely, you can definitely tell. It's cool. All right, so this is the Castlevania hack. I would say the second one is a little bit more noticeable, a lot more noticeable than the first one. All right, let's go on to the next one. And here we are. The next one is a Final Fantasy ROM hack. Now, this one, wow, has a lot of description. That means that they did a lot of work on this. And this was updated, let's see, January 10th. This hack was released, so about a month ago of recording. Now, wow, this is a lot of work. So overall, I'll just go a little bit over the description. The link will be in the description below as well. This definitely has a lot to talk about. Now, it looks like this hack here, what does it do? It reintroduces a spell changes system from the NES, PlayStation 1 releases. So that's kind of cool. It brings back some other features. What else do we have? As the original DOS had the experience curve of the PlayStation 1 easy mode, so you grow levels up. Okay, you grow up too fast, thus it slows down the curve, brought back to the original level 50 limit. So they definitely made some changes to the game. So this might be a little bit harder. Looks like the original Dawn of Sorrow, that's what DOS is, had you reach much higher levels, but the monsters stood the same, making an already big gap even bigger. So it looks like they made the monsters stronger. So overall, this is looking like this is a much more challenging game than the original Dawn of Souls. What else do we have? Tweaked weapons, an attempt to make different types. Daggers grant, okay, evasion and hold greater accuracy. So they played around with the weapon system. Looks like they played around with the defense system. Wow, they did a lot of stuff. Rather large tweaks to spells. This is pretty cool. It looks like they did a whole new, pretty much game to this Final Fantasy hack. The first one, 1 and 2. Had their random chest change. Wow, this person did a lot of work. Text has been edited according for all the changes made above. The hack has been updated to version 1.3. Changes as follows. So they really do keep this up to date. And here are all the changes right here. Okay, it says minor changes, minor changes. All right, wow, they did a lot of stuff. Right now, their version 1.3 is what it looks like. Yep, 1.3. Wow, this is pretty cool. Can't wait to give this one a try. All right, so let's just show it to you. Okay, so here we have Final Fantasy, and this one, wow, this one has a lot of changes. So I'm not gonna be able to go through everything and show everything. That would be a whole nother video and it would take me a long time to go through all that. So let's just go over it real quick and let's see what it looks like. See if we can see anything right away. Man, that one had a lot of changes. Go warrior. No, let's just stick with this. Auto name. There we go. Hey, let's do auto name. Okay. I don't know if I'm going to be able to see some of these changes right away. You can save right here. Due to the simple fact that I don't know how many changes there are. They definitely have some good RPGs, I'll say that. Now, I guess right away you're not going to see these changes. It's not until you get more into the nitty-gritty of the game. So I guess in that retrospect, this is going to be pretty quick. You're going to have to just go really based off of the description in order to kind of show you what the changes will be. And then once you get further into the game, you'll probably start seeing more and more of these changes. Especially because this is not like a visual change. You're not going to visually see it right away. These are things that you'll notice as you're playing along. You know, let's just go to the next one now. Here we are. We have the next one, which is Final Fantasy VIII, The Fallen Princess. This is a hack of Final Fantasy, the Sacred Stones. I've played the original many times. This is going to be a new take on it, and I'm a big Final Fantasy fan. I've played most of the games already. And this one is, as the description says, is a fan fiction created as a hobby, contains 23 chapters plus an ending. So this is already a complete game, which is pretty cool. The mod adds new balance, 24 new maps, a new story, new classes, new weapons, scaled up skill system, and 2 game difficulties. All right, this is pretty cool. It looks like this hobby is really turned into something nice. It was released February 7th. So this is a very recent release. This is like 3 days ago. So that's pretty cool. So if you want to try something that's fresh, you have something right here that time of recording is 3 days old. Now, granted, it just everybody know this is 3 days old. You're probably going to find some bugs or anything like that. And the good thing about this website, you can let the creator know. And that's awesome. So right now, this already has about 119 downloads, which is pretty good considering it's only 3 days old. Now, let's see what else we have here. They give a lot of credit. They give credit to a lot of the original people. Now, let's see. The credit for this one is going to go to contributor 7743. That's what I have here. Released by Emma Koto. All right, cool. Now, I'm very interested in this, being a big Fire Emblem fan. So let's try this out. All right, so here we're going to try the Fire Emblem 8, the Fallen Princess hack. Now let's give it a shot. This, like I mentioned, was based off of Sacred Sacred Stones. So let's just see how it looks. I can tell already it is a little bit different. Okay, it is not easy mode, it's just normal and difficult. Let's just do normal. Do no data. Now, obviously, this game here, this is gonna have a lot of replayability. It's just it's a new game, essentially, from what I gathered. Let's see how it goes. Okay, this is very familiar. A lot of these games do have a lot of talking. RPGs usually do. Probably why people like playing them. It's more like a story. Okay, so we just got to seize a fort. If I remember correctly, the original, it was straight up start off in the beginning. Now, if you look closely, that is different. That's bright. This guy's the same. Let's see. Yeah, this is a new story for sure. It's cool. It's definitely a good way to enjoy the Final Fantasy franchise. So I definitely recommend this game for people who are fans of Final Fantasy. Just that way you guys can try out another version of Final Fantasy, especially if you like the original style of Final Fantasy. Sorry, not Final Fantasy. Fire Emblem. Sorry, Fire Emblem. So especially if you like the original versions of like Fire Emblem and these type of Game Boy Advance games, I definitely recommend it. Okay. All right, let's see if we skip some talking. Just go straight to the fighting. See how it looks. Okay, attack. Yeah, just like the original. Alright, this is cool. I definitely gotta give this one a little bit more playtime myself. I like enjoying these games. Which is I like playing Pokemon games. I like playing all types of games. So there we go. Let's do this attack. There we go. Alright, so this is cool. Fire Emblem 8. Give it a shot. Give it a try. If you're a big Fire Emblem fan, you're gonna probably like this. So, alright, let's go on to the next one. So here we are. Last but not least is going to be Spyro Advance. Now, this one looks like they've done some changes to a few things to the Spyro game. It looks like you can now access the current world map where the player is by pressing the select button. So that's pretty cool. I can imagine that was very annoying playing this in the original game. The save function is in the pause menu. Not present in any other release. That allows the player to save the game without exiting or entering a new world. That's pretty cool. It looks like they do some graphical bug fixes. What else do we have? Several strings of unused dialogue has been restored. That's pretty cool. So they do some modifications here. I'm looking forward to it. I haven't played Spyro in a while. This one was released January 19th. By Cornholio309. These usernames. And who else do we have here? Ray Carrot was the original hacker here as well. So that's pretty cool. It says that this is an English retranslation of the Spyro Advance, the Japanese localization of Spyro Season of Ice for the Game Boy Advance. This translation was accompanied by using Ray Carrot Spyro GBA Loc Patcher to extract a text from the English release and manually correct the text to accommodate for different text string orders in the Japanese ROM. That's pretty cool. Now it looks like this patch does have to be added on to the Japanese ROM. So if you want to get this officially, you would need the Japanese version of Spyro and then dump it out. But let's just check it out on the Pocket. All right, so last but not least is going to be the Spyro Advance. This is going to be a hack from the Japanese version. So let's just give it a shot. Let's see what we see that's going to be different. Obviously, the translation patch, that is going to be obviously different. Now, and I will do other videos for other translation patches out there. There are a lot of good ones out there that I think people should try. This was just something recent. So since this is recent, it falls under this category of recent ROM hacks. So let's see. Okay, obviously it's a new game. I'm just gonna skip to all this section. So let's see. Oh, look at that. So select does show you where you are on the map. That's pretty good. It's definitely useful, especially if you're lost in the game. It's all English. They already had a basis to go off of, so it wasn't like it was a full translation patch. Unlike some of the other ones that I do want to talk about, like, what's it, Rockman 4.5, Battle Network. That one was never released in the States. I've played it before. That one's pretty cool. So I'll definitely showcase that in another video for translation ROM hacks. Let's see how this is working out. Let's see. So it does show the exchange. That's awesome, especially for a Game Boy Advance game. Let's see. Apparently you can save too, so I was saving right now. But I do want to try saving somewhere else. It's pretty cool they were able to fit this Spyro game in the Game Boy Advance back in the day. Apparently, let's see. You can save right here. Look at that. That's cool. Alright, that is just a quick video. Clearly you can tell this is in English, and some of the main features like the select for showing you where you are on the map works fine. Bring it up again. There we are. Shows right here, should be a bridge. There it is. Look at that. The map works. Alright everyone. Thank you for watching. Please leave a like, subscribe, do all the good stuff. Everyone have a good one. Thank you.